Hey guys, Metasploit here, back again with another video, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to install and configure Metasploit, a community or the pro version, depending on which one you want to get installed. And you might be asking yourself, well, what exactly is Metasploit? I thought we already knew what Metasploit is. Well, that's true, but what you're looking at, or what you use on Kali Linux or on Parrot OS, is the Metasploit console. Alright, so that is essentially Metasploit for the command line. Now, what I'm talking about is the Metasploit framework. That is a GUI framework that will allow you to discover open ports on a network, and then it will find out the installed services on the target or the server or website that you're trying to scan on. All right, so again, you might be asking yourself, well, what's different? What's the advantage? Why do I need to use this? Well, the main or the best part is that it maps the services that will be installed on those ports to the Metasploit modules or exploits, and will allow you to execute the exploits on the port that you choose. So to put it really simply, it will allow you to scan your network. Okay, so once you've scanned your network, what will happen is it will show you the ports and the services running on these ports. So let's say you had a port running an FTP, you had your FTP port, and it was running a specific service. What it will do is it will get all the exploits that are compatible with the service that is installed on that port, and then will show you the exploits that you can use to perform your attacks, and it's very similar to what you'd find on the Metasploit console, but in this case it will show you the best options. All right, so it's really awesome, and it's more of a professional based tool. All right, so what you want to do is, it's completely free. The community version is completely free. There is the pro version, but that's if you're really into this on a more professional level. I have used the professional version, and if you're moving into network penetration testing, it is a really good option. All right, so let's get started. It's really very simple. All right, so I'm just gonna be putting the links in the description to make it easier for you. You want to go to rapid7.com. Again, they developed Metasploit, so this is their products, Metasploit download and community. All right, so as you can see, Metasploit community download, and it'll give you a free 1-year trial. So it'll actually give you a serial key for you to use and to test. So essentially, Metasploit community is our limited feature penetration testing tool that gives you power of the Metasploit framework with an added graphical user interface for easier navigation and exploitation. Right, so it's designed for students and small businesses who would like to safely simulate network attacks with basic exploitation and network discovery. Alright, so what you need to do is you just need to enter your details here, your name, your email. It's very important that you enter your valid email, a working email, where they'll send you your serial key. So once that's done, it's going to take you to this page, and as you can see, it's go time, and it's going to show you the downloads. So it does work on Windows because it's a web-based graphical user interface. So you have your Windows and you have your Linux. In my case, I'm running Linux 64-bit. So just click on it and it'll download the file for you. Alright, so once you've downloaded the file, what you want to do is you want to go into the installer. This is how it will look. It's going to be a very simple installer, and what you want to do is, obviously, if you look at the permissions, you will not be able to run it immediately, so just change the permissions with chmod plus X, and you want to just select the Metasploit framework. There we are, the installer. So make sure you change the permissions to allow execution, and once that's done, just run it. And it's a very simple installation. It'll probably take a few minutes to get installed. The installation process is really very simple. So I really don't need to take you through it, and it'll take quite a bit of time. So just give it enough time to install. In addition to that, I've already installed it, so we don't need to go through the installation process. So once it's installed, it'll probably prompt you to open the user interface, and as I said, it does open in the browser. If it doesn't open for whatever reason, it's really very simple to start. And the first thing I want to tell you is you need to start the service if you install it as a service. All right, so service Metasploit start. All right, and once you hit that, it should be good to go, and it's going to ask you for your administrator password. All right, so let me just enter that right now. There we are. and it's going to start the service. And what you want to do now is just open up your browser. I opened it on Mozilla Firefox, and you want to go to the following link. All right, so I'll do it again for you. You want to go to localhost like so, and localhost with the port 3790. All right, that's the port you want to visit. There we are. And again, it's going to prompt you to create an account, and by this time they should have sent you your serial key. Once you've created your account, this is going to be your user account. You can just sign in. All right, and once you've signed in, this is the Metasploit community framework, and as you can see, it's really well designed. And let me just breeze you through the user interface so you have a good idea of what's going on here. All right, so starting at the top, you have your project section where you can create different projects based on different IP addresses or targets that you want to scan or perform attacks on. So very good. It allows you to sort all your stuff out. You then have your account settings where you can change your settings or log out. You can then check out your administration tab here that allows you to check for software updates, to check your software license and the global settings. All right, so that's just to do with personalization and customization. You then have your news panel, as you can see here, that is based on the Rapid7 website. So this is the latest news that they have here. Let me just zoom back in, and you can choose to hide the news panel. Nothing really important there. Now let's get to the main, which is the projects. All right, so you have your project listing, and it'll give you a default one. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to delete that, right? And after I delete it, what we're going to do is we're going to create a new project, right? So it's really very simple. We're going to go into here, new project, like so, and it's going to ask you for a project name. So I can just call it test, like so, test, and just call it test home network. Right, so this is going to be performed on our home network. So yeah, it's already given us a network range, and yes, I do want to follow that range. So 192, this is my local IP or my private IP address. So I'm just going to create the project, and there we are. So it's really very simple to understand what's going on here now. So you have your discovery. This is where it's going to be all about what ports were discovered, what services and vulnerabilities were discovered. In penetration, in the penetration section, this is where you're going to be doing your brute force and your exploiting. All right, we'll be looking at this in the future videos regarding this topic. But to start off, we can just try and perform a scan. All right, and when I hit scan, you're going to enter your target addresses or your target range. So I'm just going to launch the scan. All right, and it'll take a few seconds. That's something that I needed to tell you. And what it's going to do is, obviously, it's going to perform an Nmap scan on the network range that you've provided, obviously, and it's going to start scanning the hosts. I probably should have reduced the range of networks. Obviously, it's going to take a bit of time. It usually does take quite a bit of time, a bit slower than Nmap, but it does work. All right, so once you've scanned, it'll then give you the vulnerabilities that you can access. All right, so I'm just going to stop this because, again, it's not very important for us right now. Let me just stop that for some reason. Yeah, there we are. All right, it's stopped. Let's look at tasks again, right? And test, let's move to the test project again. And moving on to the exploit section. If I hit exploit, it will show us, there we are. So get a free upgrade to try smart exploitation. Again, that's if you want to move to your Metasploit Pro, but I'll be showing you how to perform the exploits directly without using the Metasploit Pro. All right, you then can collect evidence, and this is more to do with the web and cookies, stuff like that. You then have your analysis section. This is where you can look at the, different information that was captured. You have your sessions, campaigns, web apps, modules. So web apps is to deal with if you performed a scan on a web server and it had web apps that you would like to scan and exploit. That's what it will deal with. But that's a basic overview of how to use Metasploit and more specifically Metasploit community. So it's a very powerful tool. As I said, it's oriented more on the professional or enterprise level, depending on what stage you are in your penetration testing career. Granted that this is a very important thing to learn. So I hope you guys found value in this video. If you did, please leave a like down below. If you have any questions or suggestions, leave them in the comment section, or you can hit me up on my social networks or on Kick. For the latest hacking news and resources, check out my website. You can also ask me questions there. The link is hsploit.com. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, guys. Peace.